Good morning, students. I hope all of you are doing well. It's Sonia Noronha on the other side. For your fifth semester, even I will be engaging the subject called Principles and Practice of Auditing. So, in today's class, we'll try to understand the advantages or benefits of auditing to a particular business organization, a joint stock company, a sole proprietorship, a partnership firm, or any other form of business organization. So, advantages of audit can be classified under three categories. One is advantages to businessmen or business, then advantages to investors, and finally other advantages. So, moving on further, we'll analyze the advantages of auditing to businessmen or business. So, first one is detection and prevention of frauds and errors. So maybe in the previous classes you have already studied the meaning of fraud and error. So fraud is an intentional mistake whereas error is unintentional. Okay. So the errors, whether committed innocently or deliberately, are discovered by the process of audit, and its presence prevents their occurrence in future. So no one will try to commit error or fraud in accounts as they are subject to audit, and hence they will have a fear of being detected. So the one who is preparing the accounts will be having a fear that in the future auditor will come and audit the books of account. Therefore the level of errors or the level of frauds will be minimized because of auditing. Then loans from banks. It facilitates obtaining loans from bank as the audited statements are relied upon. So money can be easily borrowed on the basis of audited financial statements. If accounts are audited, the true picture will be visible to the banks, and it will be easy for them to issue the loans as early as possible. Thus, because of the audited statements, the businesses can obtain the loans from the bank very easily as they are very reliable. Then increase in reputation. Audited statements will create faith of public over the business. So when the company's accounts are being audited, they will be shown to the public also. Okay, so by analyzing those financial accounts, by analyzing the audited statements, the public will have the confidence. Okay, so when the public will be having the confidence in particular company, they will be motivated to invest in that particular company. Then next one is proper valuation of assets. So the correctness of P&L account and balance sheet depends to a greater extent on the correct valuation of assets. So here the auditor must see that assets are valued according to certain principles of accountancy. So this will facilitate the sale of business valuation of assets and liabilities and helps to ascertain the overall price of the business. Then up to date account. So regular maintenance of accounts. So the verification of books of accounting is done over here. So who is going to prepare the books of account? Obviously the accountant whom we have hired in the company is going to prepare the books of account. Now the question arises whether the accounts prepared by him are correct or not. So it should be verified by a person who is an expert in this field and also an outsider who gives independent opinion. So when I am speaking about independent opinion, it is the auditor. So here the auditor verifies the books and it leads to maintaining the records up to date at all times. Okay, suppose if you are knowing as an accountant that further the accounts prepared by you will be audited in the future, automatically you will be preparing the accounts very neatly. Okay, without any late comings or without any delay. Okay, so suppose if there is a requirement, okay, suppose tax requirement is there or government requirement is there, at that time as a company the accounts will be readily available all the time. Okay, so there will be up to date accounts. Next, audit helps to get compensation. So if any losses are incurred, compensation is given on the basis of audited statement. Suppose if you want to claim the insurance, at that time if you show your audited statements or the statement given by the auditor, on the basis of that the companies, the insurance companies will give you the compensation. Then audit helps to assess tax. Tax authorities assess taxes on the profits calculated by the auditor. So in the same way, okay, now suppose if there is sales tax or any other tax, then the sales tax is calculated on the basis of the sales amount mentioned in the balance sheet, which is verified by the auditor. So audited statements help the tax authorities to calculate how much is the tax for that particular financial year. Then we'll see advantages of auditing to the investors. So we'll understand what is the benefit of auditing to the people who are investing, okay, that is the shareholders. As we know, in the company, management is different and the owners are different, okay. A company is managed by the elected board of directors, but the owners are the shareholders, okay. So now as the management is in the hands of director, there are possibilities, there are chances of misappropriation, okay. So that's why there is a mediator, okay. So the auditor acts as a mediator over here, as he gives the correctness of the accounts, okay. If he certifies that the company's accounts are proper, at that time the shareholders, that is the owners, will be satisfied. So we'll see one by one. Protection of interest, okay. Auditor acts as representative and trustee of shareholders or investor. So audit helps in protecting the interest of shareholders in case of your joint stock company. Audit gives assurance to shareholders that accounts of the company are being maintained properly and their interest will not suffer under any circumstances, okay. Then next one, moral check. So on directors and managers. So the process of audit will establish a check on the minds of staff working in the business, okay, and they will not be able to commit any irregularity, as they will have a fear and will also be aware that accounts will be examined in the near future, okay, and that action would be taken against them if any irregularity is discovered. So they will be having a fear over here that if they are going wrong, then in the future the auditor will find out whatever the things they have done, okay. Therefore there will be a moral check on the directors as well as the managers. Then proper valuation on investment. So investment held by the investor is valued properly, that is whatever the money the investors have invested in the company, okay, so to what extent it is being utilized by the company, what is the value of the investment, can be found out by the audited statements. Then acts as a good collateral security. So investment can be a good collateral security for raising loans if the accounts are audited. As an investor, if you are having the shares of any company, at that time you can raise loans, okay, you can keep it as a collateral security and take the loans. So if you have invested in a good reputed company, okay, so through the audited financial statements, you can audited financial statement, you will know what is the value of investment, and whatever shares you are having, you can keep it as a collateral security and obtain the loan. Then disclose of material facts. The users can rely on audited accounts to take proper decisions regarding further investments, okay. So the audited final accounts will disclose the material facts, okay. Suppose as an investor, you are by looking at the audited financial statements, you will come to know what is the position of the company, okay. So what is the financial position, whether the company is earning profit or it is at loss, okay. So by looking at the particular trend, you will be able to analyze whether you have to make further investment, okay, whether you have to invest in the company or you must not invest. So you will get this kind of information through the audited statements. Then finally, other advantages. Listing of securities. Based on the auditing statements, shares will be listed in the stock market. So with the help of your audited statements only, you will get your shares listed in the stock market. That is, what is the capital amount, so what is the value of your of the particular company. On the basis of that, the securities will be listed in the stock market. Then evidence in court in case of conflict of interest among parties. Now take for example, there are various parties in a particular joint stock company. Will take the parties, that is the management and the shareholders. Suppose if the shareholders are saying, okay, that the management hasn't done the work properly, that is it has engulfed the money which has been invested by us, so at that time the managers can go to the court, managers or the directors can go to the court, and they can show the audited statements to the court as evidence, okay, showing the reliability and the correctness of the account. So this avoids the conflict, okay, since the audited statements can be shown as a proof to the court. Then settlement of claims. Insurance company rely on audited statements of audited statement of claim. So auditing, okay, audited accounts are helpful in the settlement of insurance claims also, as I have told you earlier. Then facilitates comparison. So for determining the trends of sales and profit, so whatever the past sales are there, whatever the trends are there, you can find it out easily by the audited statements, okay. So by going to the previous years, what is the profit for the past year, what is the profit for the current year, okay. So you can analyze it, and by analyzing you will come to know what is the position, whether the profit of the company, whether the sales of the company is in increasing trend or it is in decreasing trend. So you'll come to know everything by the audited financial statements. Then facilitates calculation of purchase consideration. The purchase of business can calculate the amount of purchase consideration easily on the basis of audited balance sheet. So I have studied about purchase consideration in your corporate accounting. So audited statements, that is the audited balance sheet, will act as a base for purchase consideration, as the amount will be accurate and reliable. So that's it for the day. See you in the next class.